Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
So we have 22 participants now. Can anyone in the class just summarize what we have discussed in the last class?
Ethnography, sir.
About the orthographic projection, sir.
Ethnography.
Yes, orthographic projections we have seen.
Ethnography.
Today we will see few examples. Before that, we will see in detail about your first angle projection method and third angle projection method. And then in the second half, we will practice some of the examples. So let's begin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have seen what are the projector, plane of projection, object and observer, then different type of planes we have seen, and different coordinates, theory of projection, parallel and perspective projections. These all things we have seen in the last class, principle of projection. And we have started this orthographic projection also. Uh, these are your quadrant systems and how the front view and top view in first angle and third angle is projected. This we have seen in the last class. So here, coming to this slide, yeah, here you can see if I will draw a line in between these two figures. Yeah, now on left hand side you have something and on right hand side you have something. Okay, can you tell me whether the figure that you can see, the projections that you have drawn over here on left hand side, it is drawn in first angle projection method or third angle projection method?
Right hand side is third angle, sir.
Right hand side is your third angle projection. Okay, so let me write here third angle projection method. Okay, so what brings you the conclusion that this is your third angle projection?
Because it is in third quadrant.
Okay, but the thing is, you can see here that we have discussed that this xy is your reference line. Okay, in last class we have discussed about this, that this xy line is your reference line, and if you have top view above your reference line, then this is your third angle projection method. Okay, whereas you can see here uh, your xy above your reference line, there is your front view. Okay, so this is your first angle projection method. This first angle and third angle projection is very, very important. So you all must listen carefully that what is this first angle projection method and what is this third angle projection method. Today we will see in detail about these two methods. Okay. Now, it is clear that in first angle projection method, your front view will be above your reference line, that you remember, and top view will be below your reference line. In the previous slides, yeah, in this slide you can see that this is our object. Yeah, Again, I will draw one line over here. So this side, it is your first quadrant, and this is your third quadrant. Okay. So here you can see this is the front view of the object. That portion is projected on your vertical plane over here. Okay. So uh, one question that I want to tell you, that you can see that these dash lines are used here. Actually, it is not, they should not use this dash lines. Rather, they should use some light lines for your line of projection. So for projection lines, I will use light green color. You can see here, these are your line of projections through all the corners of the object going to the plane of projection. And you can observe that they are at 90° with your plane of projection. Okay, these lines, the projector lines or line of projection is at 90° to your plane of projection. So 90° means they are orthogonal. So let me write over here. Projection lines are also called as your projectors. Projection lines are orthogonal. Projection lines are orthogonal to your plane of projection. So since they are orthogonal means they are perpendicular. Okay, this orthogonal means they are perpendicular. So you can see here the line of projection is making perpendicular or 90° with your plane of projection. What is your plane of projection? This is your plane of projection, that is your vertical plane. This is your plane of projection. This is your plane of projection. So these green color projector lines, they are perpendicular to your plane of projection. So in other words, we can say they are orthogonal to each other, and due to this, this is called as your orthographic projection method. Okay. Now, why in engineering we follow this orthogonal projection? Because you can see here this front view. What you can see here, the front view of this object, if your lines, projection lines are parallel to each other, if they are perpendicular to your plane of projection, then only you will get exactly the same size and shape of your original object. So to get the true size and true shape, we prefer this orthogonal or orthographic projection method. Okay. So I hope this part is clear to all of you. So since this is in first quadrant, so we call it as your first angle projection method. Whereas here you can see the object is in third quadrant. This is your object and it is placed in your third quadrant. Okay. And observer is here. For this side, observer was here. This was your observer. Let me write over here. This is your observer. This is your object. And this one was your plane of projection. Here you can see, here is your observer. Then this is your plane of projection. Let me highlight it. This is your plane of projection. And this is your object. So you can see that order is different. So if in the examination question is asked, normally this is the question that is asked in your examination. What is the difference between first angle projection method and third angle projection method? So first thing you can say, like in first angle projection method, object is placed in first quadrant. In third angle projection method, object is placed in third quadrant. Okay, now second difference you can say, in first angle projection method, first observer is there, then object, and then plane of projection. Whereas in the case of third angle of projection method, first observer is there, then plane of projection, then your object. Okay, so here you can see the observer is able to see the object instead of having this plane of projection in between them. So you can say that here the plane of projection is transparent. It is transparent. Then only the observer can see this object, and its projection is made over here. This is your true shape of the object. Okay, so this is one of the difference. We will see them in tabulated form in later slides. So what you can see, this is your reference line, and the front view is made above your reference line for first angle projection method. And here you can see this is your reference line, that is your XY line, and your front view is below your reference line. That is why you can clearly see here. This is your reference line. When the front view is above reference line, it is your first angle projection method. And here is your reference line, and your front view is below reference line. So this is your third angle projection method. Okay. Now coming to the next slide. Here in the previous slide, we have seen how the front view was drawn. In this figure, you can see the top view is drawn. Same on the left hand side, you have first angle projection, and on the right hand side, you have third angle projection. So the thing that you can observe here, that again, this object is placed in first quadrant. The light rays are coming parallel and they are intersecting to get the projections of your top view like this, and it is on your horizontal plane, and which is below your reference line. This is your reference line. So top view is below your reference line for your first angle projection method. Okay, whereas here you can see the projection of your top view is coming over here. Okay, so that is above your XY line. So if you will combine this slide and the previous slide, okay, means front view and top view, if you will combine, you will be able to see this figure where this is your reference line, and above reference line is your front view in first angle projection method, and your top view is below reference line. This is also, you can identify that this is first angle projection method, or it is your third angle projection method. Okay. So now coming to the next slide. Here I want to show you one animated video, okay, so that you will get some better clarity. So just give me 1 minute. Now I hope this screen is visible to all of you. This is one animated video. All of you just pay attention on this.
I will take you through theory of projections. The projection is the process of creating an image of the object.
So the audio is going to you.
Yes, sir.
Very low,
Okay.
sir.
Sound is low. Okay. Anyhow, on my system it is full. Okay.
The paper as it appears when observed in a particular.
So you can see here, this is your object and it is placed on first quadrant. Okay. When I am saying it is in first quadrant, you can see here it is above your horizontal plane and it is in front of vertical plane. So these things we have discussed in your previous sessions. Now see the video.
Direction. The shape of an object is represented as a combination of elements, points, lines, and planes. Using these elements as tools of drawing, we can project an outline of the object on the paper. We will use orthographic projection, where lines of sight are parallel to each other. These lines emerge from the corner points of the object and strike the projection plane. The image formed on the projection plane is known as the projection. The lines of sight are also known as the projectors. The size and the shape of the projection depends on the angle at which the object is being viewed and the distance between the object and the viewer. The projectors are perpendicular to the plane of projection. This type is known as orthogonal projection, which is prominently used in engineering drawing as they show true size proportions and shape of the objects. Planes of projection are mutually perpendicular planes known as principal or reference planes. One of them is the vertical plane VP and other one is horizontal plane HP. The intersecting line XY is the reference line. These intersecting planes create four quadrants named as first, second, third, and fourth in anticlockwise direction. There is one more plane known as auxiliary vertical plane AVP or profile plane PP. We use AVP when the view is from the left side or the right side of the object. Alright, now consider the object in the first quadrant. Looking at it from the front side, the image is found on the VP and is known as front view or elevation. And if we look at it from the top, then the image formed on the HP is known as top view or plan. As the object is in the first quadrant, the projection obtained is the first angle projection. Similarly, if object is situated in the third quadrant, then projection is known as third angle projection. In the first angle projection, the object lies above HP and in front of VP. The projection of the object is like a mirror image. For the third angle projection, the object lies below the HP and behind VP, and plane of projection is assumed to be transparent, lies between the observer and the object. So the line of sight passes through the plane, thus forming an image of the object. So with these fundamentals of projection, we are ready to delve deeper into engineering drawing.
So I hope this video has given you one idea of what we are doing here. What is your orthographic projection? So now in the previous video, you might have seen one symbol when they were saying about, or they were talking about the first angle projection method or third angle projection method. If you have observed it carefully, this symbol, what I am talking about, this is that symbol. Once again, I will show you that, okay, this is for your first angle projection method, and this is the symbol for your third angle projection method. Only thing you can see is the difference of location of this left hand side view, and how the symbol is coming, we will also see that. So once again, I would like to show you this video at that location where they have used.
Hello, today I will
Where is that symbol? I'm trying to find it out. So let's see this video once again. Okay, it will act as a revision also for you people.
object on the paper as it appears when observed in a particular direction. The shape of an object is represented as a combination of elements, points, lines, and planes. Using these elements as tools of drawing, we can project an outline of the object on paper. We will use orthographic projection, where lines of sight are parallel to each other. These lines emerge from the corner points of the object and strike the projection plane. The image formed on the projection plane is known as the projection. The lines of sight are also known as the projectors. The size and the shape of the projection depends on the angle at which the object is being viewed and the distance between the object and the viewer. The projectors are perpendicular to the plane of projection. This type is known as orthogonal projection, which is prominently used in engineering drawing as they show true size proportions and shape of the objects. Planes of projection are mutually perpendicular planes known as principal or reference planes. One of them is the vertical plane VP and other one is horizontal plane HP. The intersecting line XY is the reference line. These intersecting planes create four quadrants named as first, second, third, and fourth in anticlockwise direction. There is one more plane known as auxiliary vertical plane AVP or profile plane PP. We use AVP when the view is from the left side or the right side of the object. Alright, now consider the object in the first quadrant. Looking at it from the front side, the image is found on the VP and is known as front view or elevation. And if we look at it from the top, then the image formed on the HP is known as top view or plan. As the object is in the first quadrant, the projection obtained is the first angle projection.
So this is what I want to show you, that here when the presenter said first angle projection method, you can see here some symbol is appearing on the screen. So this is the symbolic representation of first angle projection method, whereas you can see that this circle, two circles you can see here, it will be on the left hand side for third angle projection method. So watch it carefully.
Similarly, If object is situated in the third quadrant, then projection is known as third angle.
So see, this is the symbolic representation of your third angle projection method. So once we will complete this video, then we will see how these symbols are coming.
Projection. In the first angle projection, the object lies above HP and in front of VP. The projection of the object is like a mirror image. For the third angle projection, the object lies below the HP and behind VP, and plane of projection is assumed to be transparent, lies between the observer and the object. So the line of sight passes through the plane, thus forming an image of the object. So with these fundamentals of projection, we are ready to delve deeper into engineering drawing.
Now again coming back to our slides, here you can see one frustum of a cone is available over here. Frustum of a cone means the top portion of the cone is cut it out, okay, so that you can see two circles, two circular face on this side, one on this side and one that will be your base, okay. So when this object is placed, when this object will be placed in first quadrant, then you can see here, this is your front view projection. This is your front view projection, whereas its left hand side view, see here, LHSV, it means left hand side view, that will go to the right hand side of your front view. Okay, so that's why we represent this symbol. This is the symbol for your first angle projection method. Whereas if the same object is placed in third quadrant, you will get its projection first view, front view on this vertical plane, and its left hand side view will come to the left hand side of your front view. So its representation will be like this. And this you have to keep in your mind. This is the graphical symbol of first angle projection method, and this is the graphical symbol of third angle projection method. Okay. Is that clear to all of you, this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will move on to the next slide. And again, you can see the position of your observer object and your profile plane. And here, the observer profile plane and the object. So the thing that you must observe here in first angle projection method, object is in between observer and your profile plane. Whereas in third angle projection method, profile plane is coming in between observer and the object. So this is another difference that you can put here. Now again, I have one YouTube video, so I will show you for better clarity. Why it is not playing? So here you can see on your screen, basically the first angle projection method. First angle projection method is followed in European countries. This first angle projection method is followed by our ISO standard, India. Okay, so in our country, we follow first angle projection method. Okay, in countries like Canada, US, Japan, and Thailand, they follow third angle projection method. So this symbol they are using for your observer. This is your object and this is your profile plane. Okay. Now you can see the three faces. This is first rectangle face that is first projected. Then this smaller rectangular face that you can see here, it is projected, and later on this rectangular face. So when observer will be looking from this side, only these three faces will be visible. So here this is conveying you the information that in first angle projection method, the position of observer, then object, and then profile plane. Whereas in third angle projection system, observer, profile plane, and then object. And it will only happen when this is transparent. Then only observer can see this object. So in third angle system, the profile planes are transparent, whereas it is non-transparent in the case of your first angle projection method. One thing you can observe here, that if the observer is viewing this object from this side, this small rectangular cut portion is not visible from this side. So this line is hidden from this side. So for the representation of this line, here you can see they have used hidden line, that is your dash lines, for its representation. Same is the case here also. So here you can see if the observer is viewing the object from this side, this is your front view. Above your reference line, this is your reference line. This is your top view, and this is your left hand side view or right hand side view. Who will tell me? This is first angle projection. This is right hand side view. Okay. So for for remembering the things, you can see in first angle projection method, exactly reverse will happen. Since this diagram is towards the left of your front view, so you can say it is your right hand side view. Whereas in your third angle projection method, uh, it is towards the right hand side of your front view, so it is right hand side view. For memory, you can remember this. So here you can see these symbols also. So I hope these two animated videos have given you some idea of and better understanding of this projection methods. Okay, now again I will come back. Yes. So here now I have tabulated the difference between your first angle projection method and third angle projection method. So those all things were for your understanding purpose. Now this is what you have to write in your examination. Okay. So let's start with the first angle projection method. So here you can see the first difference is object is kept in first quadrant. Here the object is kept in third quadrant. Now the second difference is the position of object, observer and plane of projection. So here you can see the object lies between the observer and the plane of projection, that we have seen through example and your animated video as well. And here the plane of projection lie between observer and the object. This is second. Now, as I told you, the plane of projection is non-transparent for the case of your first angle projection method. Whereas for the third angle projection method, the plane of projection is transparent. Okay. Now, in this method, when the views are drawn in their relative position, the plan comes below the elevation. Okay. Here the plan means top view and elevation means front view. You keep this in mind. For civil engineering students, normally they used to use these terminology, plan and elevation. Okay. So the plan comes below the elevation and the view of object observed from left side is drawn to the right of the elevation. So that also we have discussed when we were watching that animated video. Exactly reverse you will see in your third angle projection method. When the views will be drawn, the plan view, okay, plan means top view, comes above your elevation. Elevation means front view. And left hand side view will be drawn to the left of your elevation. Okay. Now finally, this method. Which method? First angle projection method is recommended by our Bureau of Indian Standards in 1991. So since then, 1991, we are following this first angle projection method. Whereas in countries like USA or Japan, they are using this third angle projection method. Okay, so this is the difference between your first angle projection method and third angle projection method. And now only I am telling you that this is very, very important and you all must know this for your examination point of view, for your job interview point of view, specifically for mechanical and civil engineering student. This is very, very important.
Sir,
Difference between,
I have a doubt.
please go ahead.
Sir, once you repeat fourth point.
Fourth point. Okay. Fourth point is, let me go with this graphical representation. Yeah, here. Fourth point is exactly what is written over here. In your first angle projection method, if this is your reference line, so it is written that front view front view, or in that slide it was written elevation. For front view it was written elevation. Okay, so the front view will be above your reference plane. Okay, or you can say front view will be above your top view. And for top view you can also use a term called plan view. Okay, exactly reverse will be there in third angle projection method, where
Yes, sir.
your front view or elevation will come below your top view, or top view you can say below your plan. Elevation, this is elevation. Okay, so there in that slide, the statement will be written like, in first angle projection method, elevation will be above the plan. Okay, and in third angle projection method, plan will be above your elevation. So let's go to that slide once again. Yeah, here you can see plan comes below the elevation.
Yes, sir.
Plan comes below the elevation. Now it is clear to you?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. And the next part of your fourth point is your left hand side view and right hand side view. Suppose this is your elevation or front view. So in case of your first angle projection method, this is, if you draw something over here in this red box, that will be left side of this front view. So in first angle projection method, if it is something is drawn to the left of your front view, then that will be, it is left, so it will be right hand side view. Okay. Whereas for the case of your third angle projection method, if you have to draw the right hand side view, so it will be to the right of your front view. So here it will come right hand side view. Here I have read V instead of H. Right hand side view. So this is the second point of your point number 4. Yeah, they have discussed about the left hand side. So it will be exactly reverse. Left side will be drawn to the right of elevation, whereas for the case of your third angle projection, left hand side view will come to the left hand side of your elevation. Okay. Now these 5 points you must keep in your mind. Is that clear to everyone? If anybody is having any doubt, you can ask me. Or else you'll write clear sir in the chat box. In short, you can write CS, stands for clear sir. If anybody is having any doubt, you can ask me. I can see Sohail has raised his hand. Is there anything that you want to ask? Till now, I have received 17 responses. We have 48 participants. So in between, I can check like this, how many of you are actively listening. These things are recorded. So all of you must respond over here, because I will give you the attendance because you are present in this meeting. But while giving you the marks, we can see who are the active students. By this, we can see that how many students are really active and how many of you are simply started the meeting to get your attendance. So basically, it is activity based, what we can say, subject. So the marks will be based on so many things: your behavior, your activity, your timely submissions, so many things. Based on that, you will get your total score. So now let's come to the next topic. This is again the explanation here with the same, with some other object. You can see some object is placed over here, and for first angle and third angle, this is your front view, this is your top view, right hand side view, left hand side view, bottom view, and back view. So here you can see in bottom view, if someone looks this object from this side, from the bottom side, he will not be able to see this portion. It will be hidden. So that's why you can see here, hidden line is used. Hidden line is represented by dash lines. Okay. So hidden lines are used to represent the hidden parts. Similarly, here you can see those hidden lines are coming to this location. Okay. So when you will open the planes, it will appear like this. If this is your reference line over here, so you can see all the 6 views. Now, this particular example I have taken to show you the different views. If the observer is looking from this side, what will be the front view? Can anyone just draw it and show it to me? What will be the shape, or what will be the shape you will get for front view? You can draw it on a piece of paper or on your notebook, and you can WhatsApp me. I will check there. One group we have created, GDM group, in the last class. So what will be the front view of this object? Can anyone draw and post it in your WhatsApp group? Waiting to see your response. So the time is 11:50, almost 11:50. We will take here a short 10-minute break. So I'm giving you this 10 minutes time also. You can try to draw its front view and top view. Only two things I want to see. Okay, let me see whether you are able to understand or not. What I want to see, I want to see what will be the front view of this object when observer is looking from this side. Okay, you can see your front view is written. So I want to see the front view and top view, and you have to represent it in first angle projection method. Okay. And whatever you draw on your notebook, white plain notebook. Okay. And then you can post on the WhatsApp group. We have one GDM WhatsApp group. And along with that figure, you please don't forget to mention your roll number. Okay. So that I can see how many of you are able to draw this. So I'm disconnecting. I will not disconnect the meeting. Okay, I will keep myself mute, and after 10 minutes, again, we will start. Yeah, welcome back. So I have seen some of the students have posted. I really appreciate their attempts, and many of them have somewhat correctly done also. Okay. Someone has posted some link. You please delete this. In your this group, you cannot post anything useless things. Who is this? Whosoever has posted Varshit, you delete this thing, and in future if you post anything like this, strict action will be taken against you. Now what I have seen, many of you, almost all of had run the front view exactly correct. Okay, but in top view there is something missing. In top view there is something missing. From the top you will not be able to see that whole portion. How to show that whole portion in top view? You try to think. In your front view, almost everyone is correct. This is your front view. Okay. So what you have to pay attention here, you can see the center line. You have to draw center line like this. Then only it will be clear that there is some hole or some circle over there. Okay. Rest everything is fine. Almost all of you have drawn correct. Let me erase what I have written over there. Okay. Okay. Now in top view, you all see that there is one hole over here that we are not able to visualize from the top, but it is still there. Okay. So for that whole portion, this is your hole, circular hole. So for that portion, we need to show it using hidden lines. You can see here, some dash line is given over here. Dash or hidden line. So that you have to represent. Okay. So almost everyone has done correct. Here you can see center line is still there. That center line and this hidden line together is representing that there is one circular or cylindrical hole inside that object. Okay. So suppose you have to draw any duct in the wall. Okay. So for civil engineers, for showing that duct, you can use this kind of representation in your drawing. Whereas in many machine components, you can see some hole like this. So mechanical students, you people can use the representation like this. So this is about top and front. Basically, we will focus on these two views only. Okay, later on we will move ahead to your any one of the side views. Okay, but here you can see all the side view. If you will see the object from right hand side, you will not be able to see this portion, this cut portion, if you are looking it from the right hand side. So you can see in the right hand side view, one more dash line is represented, and the orientation of this hole also you can see it is drawn like this. So when you will observe this object from the right hand side, this will be the right hand side view. This is your left view, and this is back view, rear view, this side. From if you will look this from the back side, then this entire thing you will not be able to see. So that's why it is represented using hidden lines. Okay. So this is regarding your different pictorial views. And now we will solve few more examples. This is glass box approach. Suppose if any object is there and you have to find its projection. So this is how you can get your projections. You can see the light rays are coming from these corner points. These light rays are coming, and this is the projection lines of the object that you will see here. So similarly, this is your top view. This is called as glass box approach. And this is your the view representation. Can anyone tell me this is first angle or third angle projection? The figure you can see here, this portion, this is first angle or third angle? Anyone from the class?
Third, sir.
Third
Third
angle, sir.
Yes.
Angle, sir.
Third, sir. Third.
This is
Third angle.
very good. So now you people are able to identify this. These things we have already discussed in your previous sessions, different type of lines, thick lines, hidden lines, center line, and how to represent them in drawing. Like suppose one box is there with you, in that hole is there. Hole is there from vertical axis also and from your horizontal axis also. The hole in your horizontal axis is smaller in size. So in side view, you can represent this hole, you can see here. Whereas in the front view, you can see they are represented using hidden lines because they will not be visible from this side. Okay, the hole is inside this component, but when you will see from the top, you can see this continuous lines representing the holes. Okay. So here we have combination of three lines. This is your continuous lines. This one is your hidden line, and this is your center line. So if anybody asks you to explain about different type of lines with example, you can use this one. Here you have three different type of lines: visible, hidden, and the third one is your center line. Okay. Now some exercise problem for your practice we will see here. So if the object here you can see is placed in your first quadrant, and the object is placed in first quadrant, and you have to draw its projections using first angle projection method. So the different faces, for different faces, different colors are used. So you can easily identify if some observer is looking from this side. So this red color face will be your front view. So in your front view, you will not be able to see this green side face. You will not be able to see this. This is also similar green color, some shade is there. Okay. So if you are looking this object from front side, you will be able to see red and blue color. Okay. If you are looking the object from the top side, okay, you will be able to see this blue color, and this blue is green color. Okay, so let me hatch over here. So this portion you will be able to see from the top view, this portion, and along with this green color also. Now when you look this object from side view, this side, so what are the faces that you will be able to see? So let me change this color. Yeah, so this green color face along with this face, these two faces you will be able to see in your side view. Okay. Now when the same component I have kept in your third quadrant, how will be its projection that you can see here? The color representation will remain the same. Only thing that you can see, the position of this right hand side view has changed. It is now coming to the right portion, right side of your front view for third angle projection method. Whereas in your first angle projection method, this is your first angle projection method, it is to the left hand side of your front view. Now, coming to this picture. Now here, you can see if the observer, here some arrow is made, that observer is looking this object from this side. Okay. So in front view, you will be able to see this orange color face, but you will not be able to see this gray color face. Okay. So this orange color face is drawn in your front view. You can observe here. In your front view, you can see one dash lines or hidden lines is represented. Some section cut is shown over here, this at this location. Okay. So this is representing this portion. Let me take some other color. Yeah, here you can see this line. This line you will not be able to see when you are looking it from the front side. So that portion will be represented as dash lines, or you can also call it as hidden lines. Okay, so try to assimilate the things. How, if in your examination the component is given and you will be asked to draw the projections, then how you will draw it. Like if you are looking this object from top view, if you are looking this object from the top view, top side, you can see this gray color portion. You will not be able to see this orange color. You will not be able to see this green color, light green, but you can see this gray color portion as well as this pink color. So you can see its top view will be like this. When you will see it from the right hand side, then you can see it is first angle projection. So the RHS-V is drawn to the left hand side of your front view. And from this side, what are the faces that you will be able to see? Let me change the color coding. From this side, you can see this green color face and this pink color face, but you will not be able to see the orange color face and black color face. So this is your right hand side view. Okay. Now I hope you people are getting better understanding and idea how to draw these views. So let me tell you here, this portion, what you can see, that is your front view, your top view, and your right hand side view. This is called as orthographic projection. Orthographic projection. Whereas this 3D view on the left hand side, you can see this is called as isometric view. This is called as isometric view. So in your examination, either one of them will be given to you. If the isometric view is given, then in the question, it will be asked to draw its orthographic projections. Then you have to draw front view, top view, and any one of the side views. Okay. If for your job prospect point of view, if you are going for any job interview, there for mechanical and civil students, they normally ask these things. So what they will do, they will give this orthographic projection, any two views, and they will ask you to draw this isometric view. Vice versa, any one of them will be given and they will ask you to draw the another one. So this is important for your examination as well as job interview point of view also. Okay. Now here you can see one more example we have with the color codings. Here the observer is looking from this side and you can see front view FB front view is coming below your reference line. This is your reference line. So now it is clear that it is here third angle projection method. Okay, how I came to know that? Here front view is below your reference line. Okay, and top view is above your reference line. Now you can see in both the drawings one thing is common, that is your projection lines. Let me discuss about that. Come to this figure only, because we will try to focus more on first angle projection method. Let me erase it. The submission that you have shown on my WhatsApp group just now, I will try to show you some of them. Yeah, here you can see some of you have drawn and shown me, given your submission. The location you can see, you have randomly drawn. You have drawn front view at this location and top view have drawn next to that. Okay, if you will see another drawing, here this student has drawn the top view at this location and front view at this location. Here, this student has drawn front view and top view in right position, but this student has forget to draw this reference line. Rest everything is correct. So what I'm trying to show you is the location, orientation. You have drawn perfectly correct this side view and front view and top view. But the thing that you have to take care is where you can put your front view and where you will put your top view. So let me again come back to my slide. Yeah. Here, if this 3D component is given to you, if this 3D component or any machine component is given to you, how to draw? There are certain rules. You cannot draw randomly front view at this location and top view anywhere on your page. First, you have to draw the front view as you have drawn over here. Then you can see here very light color lines is over here. I will circle it. These are basically the projection lines. These are your projection lines, okay? And you can see here they are light in color and they are exactly drawn in vertical like this. They have simply, you can see the projection. This point is being projected to this point. This point is projected to this point. This corner is being projected at this, just below this only. Okay, so this is the way of drawing the projections exactly below it. So for that, how you can do it? You need to draw it with your scale and pencil. Then you can draw it. So for the case of your front view and top view, it is simple because they are just above and below. But how to draw this side view? This is the question. So for drawing the side view, I will give you one idea. See here. The drawing right hand side view will come over here on this quadrant. So you have already drawn the front view, you have drawn the top view. Then what you have to do, you have to draw one line with your scale. That line should be 45 degrees to your horizontal line and 45 to your vertical line. It means this is bisecting your perpendicular line. Okay. Then what will be the next step? After this, you have to draw the projection line once again. For projection lines, I will take this green color. Okay. Now, for this corner and this corner, the projection line will remain the same, and up to this 45-degree angle, you have to bring one horizontal line, and then again you have to draw from this point one vertical line. The same corner points for this point here and for this point it is here, you have to draw the projection line, and that will come over here. Likewise, you have to project all the points from your top view, and you have to bring your line from your front view also, and wherever it will intersect, likewise you have to match them point by point. Okay, then you will get this side view. Got my point? Is that clear to all of you? Like suppose this point is there, so you have to draw one horizontal line, and then from this point you have to draw the vertical line, so you will get this point. So likewise here you can name, when we were doing our conventional drawings using your mini drafter, okay, at that time we used to give the name of all the corners. Suppose this is corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so where are those corners in your top view? Likewise, you have to give the name at this location also. This is, I am writing for your knowledge purpose only. Okay, uh, because here in our GDM course, we don't have conventional drawing, but unless or until you will not know how to represent them on paper, there is no benefit of learning the AutoCAD software. Okay, so see here, point 1 and point 4 will come at this location. So likewise, you can give the namings. Give the naming. Suppose this is your 3D figure, so you can give the naming of all the corner points 1, 2, 3, and 4. This you can give 5, 6, here 7, 8. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There will be some hidden points on the back side to complete this rectangle also. So like that, so many points will be there that you have to project, and this is the way of projection. So the meaning of this 45-degree line, I hope it is clear to you, all of you. When you will actually draw the different machine components, I will give you some of the drawings. Then you will, when you do it practice of your own, then this will be more clear. Okay. Is that clear to all of you?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now moving to the next slide. This already we have discussed. This is one of the example. The things that you can observe here, center line is shown here in red color. This is showing that there is one hole over here. Okay. Now here also one center line is there. Now this center line is giving you that here you have one circular arc, semicircle. Okay. So for that center point, this center line is drawn over here. Okay. This is another view of one of the example. Now, this is the assignment for you people. If suppose, now all of you be ready with your notebook and pencil or pen, whatever. This is the machine component or any component, and I will ask you to draw the orthographic projection. When I am saying to draw orthographic projection, it means I am asking you to draw front view, top view, and side view. Okay, so for time being now, just give me 1 minute, one call is coming. Yes. So when we are talking about this orthographic projection, so this is the you have to draw the front, top, and side view. So now I will ask you to draw only the front and top view on your notebook. Suppose this is your page in your notebook. I'm representing it with this rectangle. So you have to proceed. First, you have to draw one reference line, and you have to give this the name as X and Y. Okay. Now we will start with front view. If the observer, see here, one arrow is represented over here, and it is saying that here is your observer. Okay. So if the observer is looking this object from this side, will be able to see this face? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now next, this face.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this face also he will be able to see.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about this one?
Be able to see, sir.
Okay. So the red color I am using to draw what he will be able to see in his front view. So this portion he will be able to see in his front view. Anything else what he will be able to see?
Nothing, sir.
Okay, so let us draw here. I'm trying to draw the front view, but I'm not using exact scale, so please pardon me. But I will try to draw as much possible as I can. So this is the bottom rectangle I will first draw. And this portion, this cut portion that we have to represent. So in the center, we can keep like this because it is visible from this side and from this corner. See, if the observer is looking from this side, this corner and this corner is coinciding. Okay. So from this side, you can go vertical to represent this line. So I will draw one vertical line. Dimensions you can see 25. Okay, I'm not writing the dimensions here. Now from this corner you can come in this direction. So this portion I will draw. Up to what extent? Up to what extent you have to come? You have to come up to this location, means 20. So from this side you can come 20. Okay, and now again you can see from this corner and this corner, they will be coinciding. Okay, so from this line again you have to move 20 distance to get these corner points. So from this point you can move 20 units. Suppose it is coming at this location, and then you can connect to this portion. So this is your front view. Likewise, you can write the dimensions also. Suppose I am writing here dimension. So this length will be 25. This will be 25. This will be 25. What is the height? This portion, is it given somewhere? Yeah, it is given here, 12. The height of this rectangular portion is 12. So it is 12 from here up to here. Now this height is 25. Now this length is your 20. And again, let me complete this. Okay. So this length is given 20 as well, from this corner point up to this point. So this length is 20. So this is how you can draw the front view. Now coming to the top view, how to draw the top view? First you have to draw some projection lines. So I'm taking some light color, and to draw that you need to project all these points in vertically downward direction. If we will do it with scale, it will be perfect. You can draw all those lines in vertical direction. Then you have to see here what are the faces that you are able to see it. So for that, let me choose some other color. This blue color I am using here. So if you are looking this object from the top, you will be able to see this face. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is your first face. Then from the top, you can see this face also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these two faces, along with this bigger rectangle also, you can see this bigger rectangle. What is the dimension of this bigger rectangle? 75, and on this side 50. Okay. So you can do what you can do. You can draw a big rectangle. This will be 75 automatically, because here you can see 25 plus 25 plus 25. So it will be automatically 75. Now in this direction, you have to move 50 units. So you can draw a line of length 50 like this. Then you can complete this box. So this box will be this side 50 and this side 75. Now this cut portion is there. This cut portion we have to represent. So you can draw, this depth is 12. So you can make a cut mark. This is 12. Again like this will be 25. And again, this will be 12. Now this line you can delete. This line from here to here you can delete. So let me try to erase the entire line, just deleted. So you can join it like this. Okay. So half part is done. Now come and let's see how to draw this face and this face. So it is, this distance is written 25. So from this corner, you come 25 in downward direction, and you can draw the projection point of this line point also. And from 25, you can connect. And this projection line is already there. So it will come up to this point. Okay, so this is what is your top view. So this is your reference line. Below your reference line is your top view, and above your reference line is your front view. So how to draw this? I hope it is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now I will give you one object, and I want to see how you are able to draw that component or not. Okay, this is that object. You have to draw front view and top view. Front view and top view, and you post it in your WhatsApp group. Okay, this is the object. Observer is looking from this side. You can see one arrow is over here. This is your observer. You try to draw its front view and top view in the same pattern. First, you have to draw one A4 size rectangle, then you have to draw one reference line XY. Since this is your first angle projection method, so front view will come to the above portion of your reference line, and top view will come below your reference line. So here you have to start with your front view, and here you have to draw your top view. I will give you 5 minutes, and then I will check how you people are able to draw or not. All of you, start drawing. Again, I can see someone has posted some link in your GDM group. This is very, very, these things are very disturbing. Who is this? 8096772165. I'm telling you once again, very strict action will be taken against these two people. I can see two mobile numbers. Earlier also, I think the same number was there. So anyhow, I will identify you and I will report to you, or you delete this thing as early as possible, or else you are going to face some disciplinary action. I will report it to the head of the department. In proper way, you try to draw this front view and top view and post it in your GDM WhatsApp group. So anyone able to complete that drawing? If anybody is able to draw that figure, please post in your WhatsApp group. Yes, very good. One student has posted and it is exactly correct answer. What he has drawn is exactly correct. I will try to show you all people. This is what one of the student 1076 roll number. Very good. This is exactly correct what he has drawn. So like this, you people can learn. We will practice few more drawings. Okay. Thereafter, in next class, we will start with your coordinate systems, and after finishing the coordinate system, we can start with actual working on the software, because learning that what coordinate system actually this software is following is very, very important. Okay. So next, this will be today. I will stop here, and in next class, we will see one more example, and then we will start your different type of coordinate system. Normally, we use in your graphics design and modeling, as well as your AutoCAD software. Okay, so that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, or if it is clear to all of you, you can type in the chat box, clear, sir. That's the end of the class. Whosoever has written clear, sir, they can exit this meeting.
Sir, that assignment, sir.
Which
Previous
assignment?
previous one, sir.
Okay, so I have given some assignment to you. What is that assignment? Can you please remind me?
No, sir.
Previous picture, sir. You said to take it as assignment. Previous practice question. Previous figure.
I'm not able to remember. So what I will do, I have received those responses from you people on your Google form. Okay. So I will create based on those email list that I have received. I will create the canvas and send invitations to all of you. And on that, I will post these assignment questions. So from there you can submit also, and I will allot marks to you as well. Okay, there only. So that will be a good point of submission because everything will be in digital format. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, still I can see 34 participants are here. You can type in the chat box clear sir CS and you can log off from the meeting.